My name is Gertrude Oforiwa Fefoame. I am a typical African dark-colored person. I braided my hair. I'm wearing a Ghanaian style of sewn material, black and white. I work at Sight Savers, which is an international development organization. I'm from Ghana. I'm a member of the Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, leading the work on gender and the work of women and girls with disabilities, and also the president of the International Council on Education of People of Visual Impairment at the global level. Some of the issues on disability rights that are gaining attention in Ghana, the revision of the National Disability Act. So Ghana's Disability Act was enacted in 2006, and the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities was enacted in 2012. We are hoping that not too distant to come, the revised Disability Act will be enacted. The issue of intersectionality and stigma still stands as a gap. I particularly leading the work of the CRPD committee and the intersectionality area that we are promoting, launched the development of the guidelines on intersectionality and stigma discrimination, but we also met to strategize how we can further push issues of solidarity within the women, girls, and minority areas in most parts of Africa, including my country in Ghana. To talk about sex is almost a taboo. But gradually, with the awareness that's being raised, we are beginning an understanding that we can talk about sex. We can understand that women and girls with disabilities, and for that matter, all persons with disabilities, have to talk about sex. We are not asexual. We have emotions, have to make decisions about our own lives. One of the main debate, I raised how important we as persons with disability, particularly those of us who are women and girls, need to be educated, and that the strength of inclusive education and the greatness of networking and making sure that funding reaches where it is needed most, and that funding for inclusive education is not necessarily too expensive, and that if we do inclusive funding, it enhances health, it enhances well-being, education, employment, and grow the society in general. The medical model of disability is that perception that makes us, as women and girls with disabilities in particular, and persons with disabilities in general, that the disability is what is causing us not to achieve, and that we have to adjust to society. And this I don't understand and don't accept. I promote the human rights and the social model of disability where my disability does not matter. I have been created in the same image of God like any other person. And I have the strength and the ability and capability as any other person. If I'm not able to move in the way I want to, it's because somebody has made a barrier there. If I'm not able to read what I'm able to read, it's because somebody has put a barrier in my space. If all those barriers are moved, and that professional intimidation that makes persons with disabilities go into their shells and don't want to come up because they are made to feel they are good for nothing sometimes. We are ensuring training of medical professionals to understand what it means to have a disability and how to engage with persons with disability and how to raise awareness. There's a better future ahead, and that we can work with you to get there. Girls with disabilities are less educated. And because they are less educated, they have less confidence, they have challenges with employment, they have little knowledge or confidence over themselves and control over their bodies. And so then I realized that it's great to continue to talk about women and girls with disabilities assertiveness, but it's very important to inclusive education. I did some few years at a segregated school for the blind, and I want to promote that inclusive education doesn't reduce the success of a classroom situation. It rather enhances it because everybody gets a share, everybody grows together, everybody learns to adjust and adapt. And if we do inclusive education, persons with disabilities, including those who are blind, low vision, and multiple disabilities, will find their places in development, and we shall get a better society for all.